Hey Leo, welcome to my channel and welcome to your monthly read. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what energies want to bubble up to the surface for the month of July. Okay, this will be for July 2025 for all Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, as well as your North Node placements. Cross watchers are welcome. And let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to start with the first half of the month and then we'll get into the second half of the month. Okay. So, hope all is well, guys. I hope that you're doing fantastic, and I hope that you might feel even better by the end of this video, okay? All right, guys, let's take a look. What's going on for Leo? What does Leo need to know most, all right? Whether it's career, money, finance, whether it has to be a situation that you're in, whatever the most important message that you need to be aware of at the beginning of the month that's most timely is going to come out, okay? Because I'll be focusing on the energy of the collective, all right? Now, do keep in mind you don't want to give any reader your power. All right, that's your power. You make the decisions in your life. This is to kind of get your kind of your brain going and your body, mind, and soul going to start thinking about some different things and for you to be able to make your own decisions. Okay, so first half of the month, and then we'll do the second half of the month. All right. So what is going on for my beautiful Leos? What's happening for Leo? First half of July, what is happening for Leo and what does Leo need to know most during this time to help them make the best decision as to whatever's brought them to my channel, okay? All right, what is going on? All right, if you're looking for a personal read, guys, click the link in the description box below, all right? You can jump on in and book your time and then it'll show up on my calendar immediately, all right? Ooh, this is good. All right, bottom of the deck, make sure you're getting your rest, guys. All right, maybe you're recuperating from a lot of hard work. All right, so this is recuperation to re-energize your body, mind, and soul. And it has you, getting the rest that you need. It also helps clear your mind. The sword energy is all about the mind, the reasoning of the mind. So I feel that you are getting the rest to get clarity to make sound decisions like that Queen of Pentacles. So, the Queen of Pentacles, you could be taking on that energy or have perhaps an air sign or an earth sign around you. Whoa, guys. Well, it looks like you had to slam the door on something. Hold on one second. Okay, hold on one second. Sorry, guys, the door slammed, and so I had to edit that out. Okay, so getting back to where we were at, yeah, it was actually about, focusing in on making really good sound decisions that bring in major harvest for yourself. And so you can think clearly and make solid, grounded decisions with that pentacle energy. So I feel your underlying energy is to get the rest you need to make some real positive changes in your life, but it's also nurturing you, right? She's all about nurturing that motherly energy to bring in the harvest that she wants. So I know that right now that you know that your rest is necessary for you to get what you want. Okay. Anything else that wants to come through? Let's take a look. Whoops. Let's flip over. Take a look at anything else that wants to come through. Yeah, it helps you get the clarity that you need. Otherwise, you're going to be, not, you won't be able to. You'll have delays. This could be some sort of, confusion, miscommunication, clouded judgment. So your rest is going to help you and your heart to get the clarity that you need. Okay, so be crowned with clarity. Okay, so that's what's coming through. Okay, let's take a look at your read and find out the first half of the month what's happening. So speaking of being clouded, you have a lot of choices available, and so you're trying to decipher which ones are good for you and which ones are not. And so again, more of the reason why getting your rest is going to help you is by nurturing yourself. You're going to be crowned with the clarity, which cuts right through the clouds to get you what you need to know, especially in terms of what you love. Okay. Person, place, or thing or situation. So, this is getting out of the fantasy and the illusion of a situation and seeing it as things really are. And then there's this Nine of Pentacles about your independence to reach the luxury and the security that you've been looking for. Okay. So you might feel that things have been clouded regarding your independence, luxury, and security, and that you have felt, kind of stuck. That this is saying that there is, through this process, this is saying is that you can get the clarity that you need. And this is just asking you to be able to get that rest. Let's pull a wellness card on this, just real quick on that Four of Swords, on your underlying energy, because it's pertaining to this right here, like on why you're stuck. So we pull a card there, and then I want to pull a card on your Eight of Swords here. Okay. The Eight of Swords. Okay. So it looks like that this is about, you'll feel more uplifted. Okay. So this is saying, relax, take a coffee cup break. So kind of take some sort of break. This is feeling uplifted with friendship, to get rid of any sort of, this is talking and conversing and through texts and calls and that type of thing. So I feel that this is about taking that coffee break is going to allow you to converse more, and I feel that you are nurturing yourself until that message, some sort of message is arriving. I don't know if you have this feeling, Leo, and note your comments in the description, below. But I feel you might have this feeling that something's coming, like something is on its way. So you could be expecting some sort of message. This could be a message arriving, maybe some sort of text, email of some sort. But this is conversing more. You might be expecting some sort of conversation. And maybe it has to do with all the hard work that you've already put into place, is what I'm getting. But I feel that it's like you are separating. You're kind of cutting out the stuckness of feeling stuck here, and you're trying to clear the clouds towards your independence. Is what I'm getting. Okay, and I think that's really, really important here. Anything else that can help you to clear the clouds here? A fantasy and illusion, connecting with source. Getting out in the sun, guys, could be very helpful as well. Brightening your spirits, all right? So connecting with source and being playful, all right? Being playful kind of with connecting with source and the magic of that, okay? This is manifesting, connecting with source on your stability and security and getting out away from the exhaustion, okay? So that's a double confirmation right there, about that situation. It wants you to focus on your abundance, your Nine of Pentacles here, okay? So this is going to be really, really important. It's about, being rewarded for your efforts, focusing on success, achievement, and reaching material security, all right? Because you've X'd out an old pattern of a situation. You kind of stopped a pattern of a situation, okay? So that's quite interesting. What is the pattern that you stopped coming through? Yeah, you stopped putting emotions into something. All right. So you have kind of moved on to something and started focusing in on your skill, on your craft. So you're taking the time to do something that you really love, rather than to be overextended on something that you don't. Okay. Now this could be anything here. All right. Now I get in the second, kind of going in the first half of the month here, I do get on the second row here, the Three of Cups in reverse. That usually tells me that there is isolation and solitude, okay? Now, one thing is that in terms of your social life, this could be that, that maybe that kind of like there's an imbalanced social life, that something's imbalanced, like you maybe not having a social life as opposed to having one. So you might be staying alone too much. Just make sure you don't go overboard on, focusing in on a withdrawal or solitude to where you get to a point of being, getting into that laziness. Now, there's a fine line between that, right? So this is saying is that being able to focus in on, make sure that you're not totally isolating yourself, to which you don't have any social life whatsoever. So there could be an imbalance in your social life. So just note that there a little bit of balance is necessary, because this is going to give you victory over your emotional stability. So I think it's just a better balancing, like not overworking yourself and not, underworking. It's about going through some sort of an emotional awakening, like you've had some sort of victory. Here's what I love about this, guys, is that the success that you get with the Nine of Pentacles has a victory right underneath it. This is saying there's a victory over reaching this success, luxury, and reaching the point of independence. All right. And it all has to pertain with I'm stuck, but it has to do with an emotional awakening of thinking that I'm stuck. But what am I doing is that I'm walking away from that and putting this, I'm working on putting the skill into that. I'm exiting out of that I'm separating myself from that now. That was the past. That was, a pictured memory of the past. And so this will be stuck emotionally into the past. So what I feel is that you're having victory over this and an emotional awakening of what that thing was that was keeping you stuck emotionally in the past. Okay. So this is really key. Let's pull a card. I just hit the camera. Sorry about that, guys. Let's just pull a card on what was that thing that might, kind of been keeping you stuck within there. Oh, in fact, there's another deck I want to pull from this. Let's just pull this one here. This will be even better, okay? I'll pull that other one in a minute, but I just want to get this out because this is key. What is that one thing that collectively really wants to come out? And what is that? Surrender to divine timing. This is, like sometimes the divine timing might differ from the ego's timing. And what this talks about is that if a goal isn't manifesting fast enough for you, according to your ego, just be patient and trust the universal law. So surrender to divine timing, and what else? And surrender to play, okay? Now, this is quite interesting, guys, because, this is all very bright cards, and it's all about confidence and playfulness. But you got play here and play here. When was the last time, Leo, that you enjoyed yourself and did something that you really enjoyed, that you got outside and you got together with friends, you did something that really, kind of helped you break free from the overwhelm of overthinking about a goal? Do something fun, okay? Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So just as much as you need rest, you need to get out and do something different and not just maybe stay in the house or something of the sort. This is saying you've got victory over this. So there's an emotional awakening of like, hey, I know I need to do this. And I know that that's something I would probably need to do more of. But I just feel you're reaching your independence, and when you do get out and play a little bit, it focuses in on love and abundance. And this is why there's victory under success. You're releasing remnants. You've had an emotional awakening and releasing remnants of any sort of low self-esteem. It's all brightness. It wants you to get out. That's going to be very, very key. So what is the empowering question that you can ask yourself that's going to be really key within that first half of the month here regarding the situation? What do we get? What kinds of good and beautiful things am I experiencing in this moment? So I want you to focus on the good and the beautiful things you're experiencing at this moment. Note it in the comments below, guys. What kinds of good and beautiful things are you experiencing in this moment? Put that energy out to play. So literally, because we talked about playfulness, right? And play with what that means to you, and note in your comments below, okay? Because that actually instigates that positive energy, okay? Because it is going to bring in great rejuvenation for you. And that's going to set you up for the second half of the month as well, okay? So that's what we get in the first half of the month. Let's take a look at the second half of the month, Leo, and see what we get. And let's pull a different deck here, okay? So what do we have for Leo coming for the second half of the month for Leo? What comes through in the second half of the month for Leo? What wants to come through, okay? What is it for Leo, second half of July? Ace of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and Five of Pentacles. Okay, so you've got a lot of earth and air. Two of Swords and Judgment Call. Wow, okay. And the Eight of Wands. Wow, what's at the bottom of the deck? King of Wands. Now, this could be you taking on that masculine energy of that visionary, that entrepreneur, right? Focusing in on, leadership abilities. You are taking control, and I feel that this underlying energy is being bold, okay? You have a vision, and you're focusing in on that, and you are making some daring decisions here, okay? And the Six of Wands is a victory surrounding that. So I feel that there's some major victory that's happening for you. Keep your eyes on the prize, guys. Okay, it's going to pay off. Your underlying energy is all available here for you. Okay, so he's looking right at this victory and success, recognition. This is about reaching that point, rewards. This is about progress and a lot of self-confidence. Okay, so you're standing up in that leadership role there, okay? Anything else in your underlying energy that's key? And you're trusting. You're trusting yourself. You know your abilities. You know you're powerful, and you're jumping to fly, okay? So I feel it is moving forward and trusting. And then with this first area here, we get the Ace of Pentacles. So you're trusting that your manifestation is there, okay? You already know you've got an opportunity, or there's going to be new opportunities and resources and abundance for prosperity for yourself. There's a message that's coming through, right? So this is like you're focusing in on your abundance that's available for you. Now, a lot of you could be starting something new, or you could get a message that comes through about maybe perhaps some sort of disappointment or lack, but you're overcoming this. This is saying is that you can focus in on, you can choose to focus in on lack, or you can choose to focus in on abundance. What will it be? Okay. So as we look into the second area here, this is about a decision. You've got a pivotal decision to make right now in the mind. You're at a crossroads. Will it be this? Or do I want to focus in on the lack thereof? Okay. You're at an important decision, and there's a message that comes through, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you might have that in your chart, or you're getting a message or download, okay, and you're making a judgment call. This is that rejuvenation. This is why the rest at the beginning of the month, and that, getting out and socializing, being playful, is so powerful, because it allows you to make a really good decision for yourself, okay, and become a lot more clear. So you make that judgment call based upon a message that comes through. And then what do we get? Fast movement and change. Travel, movement, things start to move for you now. So let's take a look at what this Eight of Wands is coming through. That flipped. Six of Pentacles. Fast movement and change brings in balance, equal give and take. So you're making a judgment call on something that brings in balance and equal give and take. All right. Fast movement and change, something that you make a decision on, balances things out. Okay. It balances it out. What could have been, it's kind of like it was a near miss, and you missed this old way of doing it, and you opened a new way of being. Yeah. You focused in on opportunities, and you balanced out. Do I want to do what I did in the past, or do I want to do what is going to make me move forward? Okay. I feel the Two of Pentacles is you're making some sort of choice. Okay. And this is that opportunity to take that bright pentacle and to be able to move forward and have a new beginning. So you're being blessed with a brand new beginning here. The Fool card is a brand new adventure. You're not doing the same old thing. You're making a change towards abundance. You're making a change in this new beginning towards abundance. All right. No more of lack. That's in the past. That is so in the past. As you move forward in here in July, now a lot of you could be achieving this already. You've already made that monumental change. Okay. And what else do we get coming through on this? Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy. Here we get again the word playfulness, a third confirmation, guys. Playfulness brings in pentacles and brings in the power of your self-confidence this month. And this is your, I can't tell you, is when you get into that energy of playfulness, your vibration turns up the volume. Your confidence goes up. Connections go up. You feel more confident and clarity comes into play. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful, guys. Now, this has to do with career, money, and finance. Let's pull a few cards on that. What is it that we get? What comes through? Treasure, worry-free finances, money in reserve, excess. So some of you are planning, you're in sales, you have a hidden talent, and you're moving in that direction. So I get treasure. What else do I get? Light bulb, lucrative ideas, new income source, inspiration, new job, creative work, an entrepreneur. So I'm telling you guys, you are in a light bulb moment that's happening here. When you turn up the volume in your playfulness, you turn on the lights in your body, mind, and soul about creative endeavors, and it's going to bring in lucrative money. You get clear on what it is that you want. All right. Bottom of the deck, it could be a spiritual wealth, income wealth, a counselor. You're being guided on your divine path because of this playfulness. It's an instigator. It propels you and kind of has a domino effect on everything. It was that amazing how just playfulness can be the key ingredient that uplifts your energy and gets your vibration in alignment with your destiny. It allows you to make clear decisions coming through here, is what I get. So it's like it brings forth a major transformative period, and it's kind of like you bloom. You just bloom here, is what I'm getting. Wow. What does the numerology have to say in this? Let's just take a look at that real quick. Okay. What does numerology have to say? A change. Yep. You're going in a change. What? To get your manifestation, it brings in balance. The 8. You're manifesting here. Okay. Remember, this is you focusing in on security, success and victory. And you got to get into that energy. And playfulness is going to help you trust this more. Okay. You got to act as if you already have it. And what else do I get? A karmic completion, the ending of a past, the ending of these old pentacles. No, 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 no. You deserve victory, all right? You deserve victory and success. And that is what you are getting here, okay? Wow, guys, this is beautiful. Bottom of the deck is that new beginning that you've always wanted in as it pertains to your situation, okay? And for those of you that are focusing even in on love for in some sort of reason here, I will pull a few cards. Pay attention to the red flags, okay? This could be the one. And what else do I get? Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Maybe you lost control in a situation before, okay? So now you've got, now it's like you're attracting love because of your playfulness now. So, and you very much well have already met the person that you seek. It's just a matter of aligning with the energy to get something to take off, take flight. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Note your comments, like, and subscribe. If you are looking for a personal read, click the link in the description box below. And until then, guys, I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.